The Crimson Harmony, a journey into Gildong Udong's bibimbap. On that day, I was planning to visit E-Mart for consuming my E-Mart gift coupons. It's that it's almost 10,000 won. Oh, huge money for me. Okay. Well, by the way, let's hit the road to the journey into Gildong Udong's bibimbap. The rhymes up the streets, background sound, distant city traffic, footsteps, and the muffled sound of sliding door opens. Can you hear that? Okay, Seoul is a city defined by its peace. It's fast, vibrant, and always moving. But tucked away in the corners of its busy district, there are places where time seems to slow down, places where the only thing that matters is the steam of rising from a pot of the rhythmic sound of a knife knitting a cutting board. Welcome to Gildong Udong. While the name promises warm, thick, wet noodles and savory broth, there is another star here, a dish that stands in the stark contrasting to the steaming soup. It's cold, it's fiery, and it's unapologetically bold. Today we are diving in deep into the world of bibimbap, Korean spicy cold noodles. To understand bibimbap, we must first talk about the somen. Unlike the thick, chunky udon noodles this shop is named after, somen are thin, elegant, wet noodles. They are the humble canvas upon which our masterpiece is painted. In the kitchen of Gildong Udong, the process is disciplined art. The noodles are dropped into the swirling, boiling water. Timing is everything. A few seconds too long and they lose their character. A few seconds too short and they remain stubborn. Once they reach the perfect state of dental and they are immediately rescued and plunged into a bath of ice-cold water. This is the thermal shock. It washes away the excess starch and tightens the structure, giving noodles that signature springy or chewy texture that Koreans call tang. Without this step, the dish would have no soul. Now, let's talk about the heart of the dish, the sauce. This isn't just a hit for this steak of heart, and it's a complex alchemy of Korean flavors. The base is gochujang, the iconic fermented chili paste that provides a deep, earthy spice, but it needs balance. To this, they add vinegar for sharp tang, sugar, or plum syrup for subtle sweetness, and a generous splash of toasted sesame oil for that nutty aroma that hits you before you have even take a bite. At Gildong Udong, the balance is key as a flavor profile that attacks all parts of the palate simultaneously. It's spicy, yes, but it's also refreshing. It's the kind of taste that makes your mouth water just by looking at the vibrant crimson color. That comes with toppings, freshly sliced cucumbers for cool crunch, shredded cabbage for volume, and sometimes a few slices of pickled radish, and finally, the crown, the perfectly hard-boiled egg. It sits there like a calm island in the sea of red spice. There's a specific ritual to eating bibimbap. You don't just dig in. You have to mix. Using your chopsticks, you lift and swirl, ensuring every single ivory strand of noodles is thoroughly coated in that glossy red sauce. As you take your first bite, the cold temperature hits your tongue first, followed immediately by the using of vinegar. Then the slow creeping heat of the chili begins to build. This is where the magic happens. In between bites, you reach for the small bowl of a warm dish dash broth that comes on the side. This is the secret weapons of the Gildong udon. The warm, salty broth cleanses your palate and soothes the spice, preparing you for the next fiery forkful. It's a dance between a hot and cold, fire and water. Why do we keep coming back to the simple bowl of spicy noodles? In a world that is increasingly complex, even Guksu is honest. It's the meal you crave when the summer humidity is